We asked elementary school students what they think about when they hear the words Red Ribbon Week.
Making healthy choices.
Red ribbons displayed all over school.
Having fun.
That is true now, but do you know the history of Red Ribbon? A brave man and DEA agent named Kiki Camarena was working for the United States to help keep children safe by keeping unsafe drugs out of our country. In 1985, he died doing his very dangerous job. After his funeral, his friends began wearing red ribbons as a way of showing their love of Kiki and the respect for his hard work to keep kids safe, healthy, and drug-free. That led to Red Ribbon campaign celebrations across the country and eventually a National Red Ribbon Week in 1988. Red Ribbon Week should be fun and, of course, educational, but we can't forget to take a moment to honor the memory of DEA agent Kiki Camarena and his family.
Thank you, Agent Camarena.
We appreciate you, Camarena family.
Thank you for protecting us, Kiki Camarena.
He will always be remembered by my three boys, as little as the two younger ones can possibly remember.
Motivator for all three of us, and he also was a stern dad, but at the same time he was loving.
What sort of a nation is America? The kind that produces heroes like Enrique Camarena Salazar and many others who gave their lives in the battle against illegal drugs.
They brought Kiki home in March of 1985. Brought him home to his family and his country with honors. A DEA special agent, he had been abducted, tortured, and murdered in Mexico by Mexican drug traffickers. 2 full decades have passed since then. But time has not dimmed the memory of Enrique Kiki Camarena's terrible and savage death, of the events that followed, or, most importantly, of the man himself. The child who grew into Kiki Camarena the man was born in Mexico, but at the age of 9 moved with his family to the California border town of Calexico. A high school basketball and football player, he also worked on the yearbook, was voted best all-around senior, and found the woman he would share his life with.
Very tall, always walked with his head up high. Very athletic, very bright. And the reason I say that is because I had to study a whole lot harder than he did, and he would just come out with flying colors with his grades.
After high school, Kiki worked his way through college, graduating with a degree in criminal justice. He enlisted in the Marines, served his tour, and came home to join, first, the Calexico Fire Department, and then, when there was an opening, the town's police department. But Kiki Camarena wanted to do more. And so, in 1974, at the age of 26, he became a special agent with the year-old Drug Enforcement Administration, the federal government's newly created lead agency in the war on illicit drugs. It was a job he was born to do.
He admired the work that the agents did, and now I know more than ever that he was extremely good at it, not only because he spoke the Spanish language, but because he could reach out to these people, both good and bad, and he could befriend them in such a way that it was amazing how well he did, and I think that's why he was such a great agent.
By 1980, Camarena was a husband and the father of 3 young sons. Professionally, he was a decorated 7-year DEA veteran, headed for the organization's Guadalajara, Mexico field office. The danger was real, and it struck home on February the 7th, 1985. On his way to meet Mika for lunch, 37-year-old Kiki Camarena was abducted. He would never see his wife or family again.
Waiting for 30 days for them to find him was the hardest thing I've ever experienced. Hoping. And literally asking agents, will he still be an agent?
The death of Kiki Camarena shocked the Drug Enforcement Administration, but it also galvanized the organization from top to bottom. All of DEA's resources were committed to bringing his killers to justice. Interest in every aspect of the Kiki Camarena case was overwhelming. It touched hearts and minds across the country. But obviously, nowhere was the loss felt more deeply or more profoundly than by the Camarena family. The death of any law enforcement officer in the line of duty is a tragedy. But what befell Kiki Camarena, the brutality and callousness of it, seemed to strike a more sensitive nerve, to touch people at a deeper level. And they haven't forgotten. In March of 1985, Kiki came home to his family and his country. The circumstances of his death were the focus of a book and a television movie. He is fully remembered in his hometown, and impressive as all that is, his most vivid legacy is the Red Ribbon program, which was launched that very month and year to honor his work and his memory.
Drug-free me.
NFP and Red Ribbon go back from the very beginning because once the people saw the celebration in California, spontaneously parent groups all over the nation started wearing the red ribbon and doing simple things with school children and in communities. And then in 1986, Miami and San Diego both created a whole community-wide campaign where you involved all the sectors of the community and the Red Ribbon campaign.
Like many positive things, the roots of Red Ribbon Week are found in something negative. The fate of DEA Special Agent Enrique Camarena. But it is in this affirming and humane endeavor that his living legacy is richly preserved. Kiki would have been very proud.
Hello, my name is Enrique Camarena and I'm a San Diego Superior Court judge. Red Ribbon Week is a nationwide drug abuse prevention campaign. Red Ribbon Week is celebrated every year at the end of October, for the most part, in almost every school across America. Red Ribbon Week is extremely important to me because it was influenced by my dad's death. And it is something very positive that came out of a very negative thing. And it is celebrated by hundreds of millions of people across the world now. And at every school in America, there's something that happens at the end of October where teachers, administrators, PTAs, school volunteers talk about with the students the dangers of drugs. Know that whatever you put in your body has an effect on your body. There are a lot of things that have a bad effect on your body. And right now, we want all students to make healthy choices, good choices for their life, and staying away from drugs, alcohol, and tobacco at this age is one of the most important things they need to do.
This year's theme is being happy, being brave, and being drug-free. And I bet you're thinking, what is the real definition of being happy? Being happy is a feeling of excitement and joy. And these are some of the things I'm pretty sure that makes you happy. 3-day weekends, right? Being out of school on a Friday and still having your weekend or having your favorite meal for dinner. Now, it may be donuts, but it's still for dinner, right? Or the next thing is receiving great report cards or positive highlights from your teacher. Those are all things that make the person happy. Being happy is working on things that bring you joy and success in your everyday life. So I have a couple of ideas for you. Here are ways that you can continue to create pure happiness for yourself. The first thing is find a great hobby. Do things that bring you joy, whether it's soccer, baseball, playing Fortnite, hanging with your friends, or even painting like me. Do whatever makes you happy, and that is your hobby. The next thing is staying focused and succeeding in all of your challenges. For me, it's school. This virtual learning has been so different, but being able to stay focused and achieve my goals for those has just been so amazing. The next thing is family time. Spending time with my family has been amazing for me during this quarantine season. But sometimes I just want them to know that I will continue to beat them in Uno. Family time is so much fun because you get to make memories with your family. Now, the very last thing is continue to discover who you are. Make sure you understand what makes you happy, the things you dislike, the things you do like, the things you like to eat, the things you don't like to eat. Those are all ways of understanding who you are and lead you to more happiness. Now, the very, very last thing is hanging with positive friends. I know you guys out there have a friend that is your road dog, your bestie for the restie, the girl that you want to call and hang out with, or your boy that you want to go shoot with. That's what you call a best friend. And that's also what we call a peer. A peer is your friends, your schoolmate, maybe your next door neighbor, people that are the same age as you and have experiences and interests just like yours. Now, a peer can have a positive or a negative influence. Remember, a positive or negative. A positive influence is maybe helping you with your homework, maybe making sure that you study, quizzing you on your tests. That's making sure that you succeed in everything, right? Now, a negative influence can be what we call peer pressure. Peer pressure looks in many different ways, and we're going to take a look at three. The very first one is maybe taking pills that are not prescribed for you. The second thing is smoking in the restroom, right? So instead of being challenging yourself into school, you're skipping school and you're smoking cigarettes. That causes so many dangers. And the very last one is teasing and bullying others. Not only are you allowing yourself to hurt yourself, but you're hurting others in the process. And that is the most negative way of peer pressure. Now, the very next thing is how do we combat this peer pressure? I mean, this is my best friend. I think this person gonna be in my life forever. We have gained so much together during school, at home, playing everything. So how do I really, really say no to peer pressure? That's what we call being brave. You want to be a person that's courageous and stand against the crowd. Maybe the crowd's all over here and you're standing by yourself because you're proving what's right. You're not falling into things. You're not afraid of being different from others, and you're not afraid of not fitting in. Remember that movie, The Wiz? This guy was a lion, right? He did not know what he needed, but what he really needed to have was courage. And that's how we be brave from others. Now, I bet you're wondering now, lady, how does this fit into Red Ribbon? I mean, we're supposed to be talking about drugs, and you're saying being happy, being brave. Being happy and being brave is what you need to have in order to live a drug-free lifestyle. Saying no to drugs can literally change your life. Take a picture of this lung. Take a look at this lung. This lung is either healthy on the left and very, very versus negative on the right. When you do drugs, you're not only damaging your lungs, you're damaging your brain, your heart, you're getting the risk of addiction, poor judgment, impaired memory, and so many other things. So would you rather do something that's positive for you or something that's going to hurt you in the long run, right? Being brave and being happy is the best way to stay drug free. Now, I want you to remember, it is all up to you. You can listen to this recording over and over and over, but you have to remember it's better to be a leader than a follower. Remember, a leader stands out from the crowd. A leader is a trendsetter, and the leader has the ultimate most drip, right? Now, being leader means that you have the difference and the potential to make a difference. You have the most swag that you can give it to anyone and change the game up. Making positive decisions, being a positive influence to your peers, all while saying one thing. No, it's simple. Say no to the drugs. Say yes to things that make you happy, and remember to be brave. I want you guys to have a great day, and thank you for listening.
Young people, do you know what week this is? This is Red Ribbon Week. That's right, Red Ribbon Week. It's the largest drug abuse campaign in the nation. Man, I want to encourage you to get out there and let your friends know about it. That's right, tell your friends about Red Ribbon Week. Tell them to support Red Ribbon Week. Tell them to live Red Ribbon Week. That's right, do it, man. Go out there, be happy, be brave, be drug-free. I'm a prevention specialist, and I go to schools, and I'm in my neighborhood, and I live Red Ribbon Week. That's right, all week I'm going to live it, and all year long and every day. Man, we want young people to stay away from drugs because we know what drugs can do to them. Drugs can ruin your life, cause havoc in your life. So live it, live Red Ribbon Week. Go out there and tell your friends about it. That's right, and you live it most importantly, and we want you to be happy, be brave, and be drug-free.